stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports.
Today's episode is brought to you by the Highlands Performance Golf Center, North Dallas's premier golf practice facility with over 65 grass tees, 2 practice putting surfaces, a short game area, and an 18-hole mini golf course. With covered and heated tees, it's the best place to practice your game year-round. The Highlands Performance Golf Center is located in Carrollton on Trinity Mills, in between Marsh and Midway. Give them a call at 972-733-4111 or check them out on the web at highlandspgc.com. Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's most favorite and most infamous golf podcast.
Oh, a new intro. Did you just make this up without proofreading it? What's up?
I did. I almost forgot what I was going to say.
You did. You did.
I figured infamous was a pretty good adjective for our show, right?
Cocktails are good. You just indulging. See what happens when I leave the studio? All hell breaks loose over there.
Well, I think you forgot where it is.
Well, that's not true.
Not sure you know where it is anymore.
I'll be back soon.
You hadn't been here in 6 months.
That's not true. That is not true. You know better than that.
Live from the FanStream Sports Studios here in DFW, I am IndyCarTim. That is PGA of America member Johnny the Gerber. How you doing, Johnny?
Boy, it's what a good day here in Dallas. We had some good days back this week, right? It's been a little breezy, but the weather's been good, and I've been outside a little bit, playing a little bit of golf, practicing a little bit. So, yeah, things are good here. Just sitting, finally got our studio up here in the humble abode here in Frisco. So, yeah, lots to talk about in the world of golf. New tournament, not new tournament, but tournament this week that we're going to talk about, the little team match championship here. It's only one on the schedule for the year, so it's a little interesting kind of tournament that they have going on, but it's building the game, and there's some names in here that we'll talk about a little bit later that are really good. So yeah, looking forward to the event this week. And
you hate this event, though. You hate the team format, right?
Well, I don't really definitively hate it, but usually when I'm on a team, everybody always relies on me, and I just
you're the good one.
Luckily, I got big shoulders, so that helps. No, it's just different. I get why they're doing it. I don't really hate it, but on the gaming aspect of it, it's a little bit more difficult than most. But we talked about this a little bit off the air. It's usually, this week I usually do pretty well. That doesn't mean I like it, but last year I did really well, and the year before I did really well. But it's just a different deal, and I get why they're doing it.
We need to take this minute to remind everybody and kind of introduce everybody to one of our new sponsors, Orca Golf, orca-golf.com. They make the highest quality PGA Tour grade golf bags, and they're the real deal, Johnny. They're the best bags I've ever seen. We got one here in the studio now.
Yeah, they've
even designed a bag for the Golden Bear himself, Jack Nicklaus. Head over to orca-golf.com, pick a great bag from their catalog, or let them customize one just for you. You can use your own custom colors, your own logo, anything you want, you name it. And you work with actual designers, and nothing goes out without the approval of founder Erica Bennett. She's pretty brilliant. Visit orca-golf.com, orca-golf.com. Use our promo code DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. Do it today. Orca Golf, best choice in game. We love those boys. You guys will be hearing a lot about them here in the coming weeks. We're excited to be partnered with them.
Absolutely.
Johnny, let's get into it here. The Zurich Classic. Do you say Zurich or Zurich?
It's Zurich. Well, I mean, it's Zurich. As you say Zurich. I mean, you're from New Orleans. How do you not know this?
We always say Zurich down there.
No, you say Zurich.
No, it's a.
You guys don't know how to say the C's down there.
Good day, mate.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like good day, mate, down in New Orleans for sure. Just like a different, interesting place. How you grew up? How far from New Orleans?
About an hour south west of New Orleans.
You can get further south than New Orleans?
Oh, yeah. New Orleans ain't
Where were you on it, like a peninsula, or were you just out there?
I was in the bayou, man.
You live out there like Bubba Gump. Bubba Gump out there.
Little town called Houma. Oil field.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why you like that. Now I know why you like Max Homa so much. I get it. I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, so put a U in his name, and that's how you spell my birthplace, Houma.
Oh, okay. All right.
I like Max because he's a good golfer and he's a lively individual. He's a great follow on social media. He has a great personality, and I mean, hopefully, I'm going to get to meet him here if he plays at Colonial or at the Nelson. I'd love to.
He's definitely going to play Colonial. He'll definitely play Colonial. I think he'll go on that stretch of PGA, Colonial, Memorial, take a couple weeks off, get ready for the U.S. Open. I think that's that stretch that a lot of these hiring kind of guys are going to do. I think Colonial is an elevated field event. So I think.
Oh, is it really? I hadn't heard that.
It's either this year or next year. I can't really remember which one, but I know Memorial is for sure. I know you're not going to go over and cover that with me, but I will be up there. To some of the viewers, new viewers, Tim and I are going to be covering the Byron Nelson and the Colonial for Golf Central Magazine. So we're looking forward to that for Turf Life and Golf Central Magazine. So we're looking forward to that. Tim's kind of first time being on grounds there. So it could be the Byron Nelson could be our first and our last one together. So I'm not going to promise anything for the people at Colonial because we're going to see how the big man gets on out there with some of these tour guys. Because, you know, he's not really enamored with too many people, but I know he's enamored with golf people. Yep. So this could be something real interesting. And I tried to get him to shave his beard, but he's not going to do that.
I'll never get another date if I shave my beard. It's all I got going for me, Johnny. Literally, that's all I have going for me.
Well, you know, you're like Teen Wolf, though, man. You could probably grow that back in like 3 days, man. So you'll be all right.
About a week.
Okay, that's fair.
But I like the one I got. I don't want to grow a new one. I like.
We're looking forward to that Byron Nelson. It's going to be fun. You and I together out there, kind of perusing the grounds, and
you know the great part about us at Colonial is we're very close friends with an executive with Charles Schwab.
That's right,
and we'll be able to get in even with our, without our media passes. We'll be able to get into some of the Charles Schwab activities and some of the, the sponsor only activities and areas. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Maybe there's some single ladies out there.
Just coming from experience, the last couple of events I did as a media, it's frowned upon to walk around doing interviews with a beer in your hand, just to let you know that. So just giving you a heads up, it's frowned upon. So just to give you a heads up, a couple of weeks with the Byron Nelson.
So it's just frowned upon, but not necessarily discouraged. There's different levels. So frowned upon is a level above discouraged, and then strongly discouraged.
Let's do baby steps at the Byron Nelson, you and I together, please, first, and then we'll kind of push forward for the Colonial.
So for everybody that's fans of the show and fans of us as people and entertainers, pay attention Nelson Week and Colonial Week, especially on our social media. You're gonna have a thrill. Just the pictures that we're gonna post, the things we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing everything short of stuff that would get us kicked out. There's gonna be a lot of horseplay. There's gonna be a lot of just general things we shouldn't be doing on a golf course. Like I might take flip-flops with me. And I don't wear flip-flops.
Okay.
Just so I can throw them at people.
Well, let's please not do that. Let's
what if I threw a rock at like somebody they're about to tee off? You just kind of throw a little rock and hit the ball.
It's usually not the best idea to do.
Is that discouraged, strongly discouraged, or frowned upon?
It's strongly discouraged.
Oh, damn.
Strongly. It's all three of those, to be honest with you. It's all three of those. It's all three of those. So
I can't get us kicked out.
You and I, we always have fun in our social settings outside of the business, outside covering sports, which is great. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic how we figure this thing out, because I either need you real super drunk or real super sober, because I can't have you in the middle. I can't.
Well, if I'm super drunk, we're probably going to get kicked out.
Well, if you're super sober too, you're probably going to get kicked out too.
If I'm super sober or super drunk, I'm probably going to hit on one of the golfers' wives. That'll probably get us kicked out.
You won't even know who they are.
That's what I mean. It'll be by accident. Like I won't know who they are, and I'll just approach this hot chick and go, "Hey, baby."
Well, when you
take
get
some swing lessons.
Well, you get super drunk, you're going to be that way. But when you're super sober, you don't like to listen to anybody. So you're going to get kicked out one of those two. So we'll figure that out as time comes. But
nobody can
luckily,
tell me what to do.
Well, luckily the Byron Nelson's not going to be there. I mean, there might not be anyone you recognize there. So
is it Stonebriar?
No, it's at TPC Craig Ranch.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, Stonebriar. I don't know why I said Stonebriar.
What do you mean that's what you meant? Is it like two completely opposite places?
I know. I was thinking McKinney, but I said Stonebriar, which is Frisco. I was thinking that.
Yeah, and luckily it's right down the street. So
I could walk home if I had to.
Well, that's probably going to happen. So
or Uber home.
Yeah.
I'll get Jordan Spieth's wife to drive me home.
I don't think he's playing.
No? Well, she's going to be there probably looking for a new dude.
Okay, what's next on our docket here?
Johnny, it's grab your partner time as the PGA Tour embarks on a team style event down in the Bayou, my hometown, kind of my hometown. So this week's going to be anything but ordinary as the 2023 Zurich Classic takes its annual place on the PGA Tour calendar. We got 80 teams of 2 to TPC Louisiana. It's the 6th edition of the team style tournament. We'll see competitors play 4-ball in rounds 1 and 3 and foursomes, also known as alternate shot, in rounds 2 and 4. And you mentioned off the air that you and I probably could have played in this tournament. How do you think we'd fare against some of these teams?
Well, I would fare well. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Sure.
We use all of your shots and I'll putt or something.
You'd just be so enamored hanging out with John Daly all day and try to get his autograph and things of that nature. So
I'd be so distracted by John Daly the whole time.
I would play well because I'm so used to that type of environment. But for you and for the viewers and everybody who doesn't know, listen, Tim, this is my guy right here, and he's a rock star. He is personality, TV, radio. He's in a band. He's met anyone in the world of entertainment, sports. He's just like, man, people come up to him all the time the same way. But when you get him around golfers, it's like it's Christmas Day, and it's so weird.
I'm like a little kid.
If you take him around baseball players or football players, it's like, they ain't no big deal. They're fine.
Right.
But you put him around golf guys, like PGA Tour guys, I mean, it's like Tommy Boy. Like it just crumbles in his hand how he talks. I mean, it's so funny that he's around so many bigger people than golf guys. So first off, you wouldn't be able to hit it off the tee as if you can now. You can't do that either now. So
I can hit it, just not straight.
I would do well. You would just be carrying my bag half the way.
Well, we have caddies for that, right?
Well, you would revert to being a caddy. Because you'd be talking to the players all the time and not really try to hit a golf shot. So
I'd go up to John Daly. I'd turn into that character on SNL that what's his face played. Hey, John, remember when you won the PGA championship in 1991? That was awesome. That'd be my conversation with John Daly. But God, I do. He's a god, man. I love that dude.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon. He's going to get on the show. I need to see him again in person. I haven't seen him for a long time. They got that game down in Tampa. He lives in Tampa. Got great connections with the Valspar and our partner down there and our studios and FanStream Sports Studios down there in Tampa with JP Peterson. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm playing in some JP told me the other day I'm playing in some charity event that he's playing down there in Tampa soon.
Oh, nice.
And I have a great story. And I know John a little bit. And I have a couple stories we can't really say on there that he will definitely remember. So it'll be good to catch up with him. And, he gets so many requests to get on different shows. And, me, man, I'm not that guy that pulls those strings yet.
Right.
But that's one of those things as we continue to build our brand, build this show, as we continue to move forward. These are some of the guests that you're going to start to expect on From the Rough, and I'm really looking forward to that as much as we grow.
Last season here, good friends as well as Ryder Cup and President's Cup teammates Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay took home the title, and I got to feel like they're probably – I know they're the betting favorite, or they're not the betting favorites, but they're up there. I got to feel like they're like prohibitive favorites, though, to win this thing, just based on their play last year, their friendship. They really complement each other's game, I think. And I mean, I know we're going to get into our picks here in a little bit after the break, but you know, they have to be the favorites here, if not the odds-on favorites, the prohibitive favorites, just because, like I said, the way they played last year and the way their games complement each other.
Yeah, they're super favorites. I mean, I think they're only plus 600. Like, so if you bet $100 to win, and that's unheard of odds, right? They're 6-1, which never really happens. And
Right.
I didn't like the play for a lot of reasons. Is first off is you can't make any money. I mean, you can play. And first off is, man, there's a huge fatigue factor. You look at these guys that both played pretty solid in the Masters, right? And then they both played last week at Heritage. And I just think there's going to be a huge fatigue factor when it comes to these guys. I know it's going to be a little bit more laid back event, but the weather's going to be hot. It's going to be hot down there.
It's always humid down there.
And you know how it is down there in the bayou. Lucky for those guys that they don't really drink or they're not really partiers. But you know, I looked at that in my equation when it came to, you know, picking the guys that we like this week, and we'll talk about it after the break. Man, I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I don't think they finish in the top 5, to be honest with you. I just think there's too many factors going into this event for them. You know, playing solid is one thing. I don't think Patrick Cantlay played all that well on Sunday. You know, Xander Schauffele made a move on Sunday just because he didn't have any choice, but he played terrible on Saturday. Right. That's why he lost the golf tournament. Is he didn't play? Wasn't because how he played on Sunday, because he just didn't make that move on Saturday, shooting 1 under par at that place when everybody else, I mean, there's 8 scores under 65 or under, and you shoot 1 under par, it just doesn't get it done. So I think there's a little bit of fatigue factor, a little bit. You know, are they really rah about defending this title? Probably not. I mean, let's be honestly, probably not. They're looking forward to taking, you know, their wives are down there probably enjoying a little bit. They're going to take the next couple of weeks off. They're not going to play Byron Nelson, I promise. They're not going to play Mexico. So they're going to take a couple weeks off. Get ready for the PGA or maybe Wells Fargo. They may play Wells Fargo. We'll see. But, you know, this is a bit of a vacation for these two guys. And how much of a grind do they have, especially after 2 grueling weeks?
Yeah. So they're the second team in this event's history to feature 2 players inside the top 5 in the official world golf rankings. Yeah. So they're kind of coming in on a roll. Of course, they're defending champions. And then, you know, we've got a number of other guys that are going to be here. Of course, Matt Fitzpatrick, the winner of the RBC Heritage in dramatic fashion, as we discussed on Monday. You've got the world number 8, joins his younger brother, Alex, who's making just a second career start on the PGA Tour. Hayden Buckley teams up with JJ Spahn. Sahith Theegala is with Justin Suh. Sorry, I always say it wrong. Suh.
It's Zurich. It's not Zurich, and it's Justin Suh, not Sue.
It's whatever I want it to be. This is your show. You're the star.
Well, you just said it's whatever you want to be.
I'm just the side. Well, because I'm the sidekick. Nobody pays attention to me.
The hat looks good, though.
Does it?
Yeah. Don't do that, please.
No.
I guess that's it.
I'm getting hot in here. I got to take it off.
Wear the white one.
It's in my car.
Doesn't do any good in the car. You think that's going to make you any cooler?
Well, the sun's not in here. It's not a matter of color making my head sweat. It's just
you don't look good in black. Put the red back on.
I got a white one right here.
You certainly can't wear that.
Man,
put the black back on. It looks good on that olive shirt. Makes your eyes pop out.
Don't ever call this shirt olive. It's military green, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Olive. Girls wear olive. Men wear military.
Speaking of military, we got to give a shout out to Nancy Gerber. Obviously, what we have to do. We would give a shout out to Jerome, but he's probably sleeping like he always about this time. He
napping?
Eats a little bit. Military man himself. But he usually naps around this show. So that's why Nancy only watches the show, because he takes a nap and she gets a little break to watch the show, I think.
She probably enjoys that nap time then when she gets a break, huh?
Yeah.
From Jerome.
She's a busy lady.
Hello, Nancy. Welcome to the show.
She got to take care of 3 grown men, me, Jerome, and my nephew. So she got a full plate.
Max Homa and Colin Morikawa are paired up for the first time, as our international teammates Siwoo Kim and Tom Kim. We got the Kims on a team for the first time. The Americans never featured alongside each other this past fall at Quail Hollow. The Kims were and memorably took down Cantlay and Schauffele in 4 balls. If we look at the event information, it is in Avondale, Louisiana, the TPC Louisiana, to par 72, which they all should be, again, in my opinion. 7,425 yards. The purse, Johnny, $8.6 million.
It's not bad. You know, that you're looking at that place. It's 7,425 yards. It's one of the longest golf course. It's going to play one of the longest golf course on the PGA Tour for the humidity, how wet it is. It's under sea level, so the ball doesn't actually fly, and it's going to be playing super soft. So don't be surprised if they play lift clean. Well, they will play lift clean in place during alternate shot. So don't be surprised if there's a lot of lift clean in place through the whole tournament, just because of they get some AWC down there. You know what AWC is? So adverse weather
conditions. Yeah.
So they get that down there a lot. So
I thought it was going to be the anti-woman committee.
Well, I'm on the opposite page of that. That's the problem. But this is still a family show, sir. So let's just.
It's not. It quit being a family show about 4 years ago. Before we even started it.
I know. But yeah, I mean, so look at, it's one of the longest places, there. And that's why, if you look at best ball and alternate shot, best ball, the longer players are certainly going to have a huge advantage because they're going to fly the ball so long. And that's kind of how we looked at our card this week a little bit. When it comes to best ball and alternate shots, a little different dynamic. So we'll see what happens.
So let's get into the format just a little bit. Like we talked about at the onset of the show, the tournament will employ an alternating round of 4-ball and foursomes. Teams will begin in the 4-ball format in round 1 and utilize it again in round 3, while foursomes, also known as alternate shot, will be used in rounds 2 and 4. So the 4-ball format is players from each team will play their own ball throughout the round, with the best score between the two being used for each hole. So if Schauffele makes a par on 1 and Cantlay makes a birdie, the team takes the birdie. In foursome, before the round begins, teams will determine which member will tee off on which holes. One player will be designated to strike the first tee shot on odd holes, while the other one will take the first tee shot on even holes. If Cantlay strikes the tee shot on 1, Schauffele will take the approach, with Cantlay then hitting the third shot. The alternating will continue until the ball is holed. Even if Schauffele is the last to hole a shot on 1, he will hit the first tee shot on the second hole in this example.
There's a little, I mean, when you say that, it's more prevalent, obviously, with the alternate shot or the 4-ball is, you're looking at these guys are so particular. Look at these guys who are combined together when they play a golf ball. And they look at distance. I mean, that's a huge factor when it comes to something like this. So you look at, if you look at Cantlay and Schauffele, I mean, Cantlay is a Titleist guy and Schauffele is a Callaway guy. So, you can't switch balls that way. So if Xander Schauffele hits the drive off the tee and it's Cantlay's shot, well, he's hitting that Callaway ball. So and there's different characteristics when it comes to that ball, when it comes to flight, distance, how it feels. So that's a factor when it comes into some of these, some of these outcomes. Right. You don't see it as much because this is random pairings. Like people are getting invited and they ask to play with somebody. But you look at when you start talking about President's Cup, it's a little bit similar in Ryder Cup, is that these guys are paired by golf balls they play, equipment they play, how far they hit the golf ball. So there's a little bit more strategy when it comes to the President's Cup and the Ryder Cup, but it really does come into play a little bit when you're talking about an event like this. I mean, you got to realize this is a regular field event. These guys win the tournament. They're playing in the Masters, so it's a real deal. So look at it this way. This is kind of the start. I mean, if you look 4 or 5 years ago, this is kind of the breakthrough start that Cam Smith got. He won the event, right? He got his card on the PGA Tour. He got in the Masters. He got full exemption. So this was kind of his jump start of his PGA Tour career, and it potentially could give another guy, like maybe a Taylor Montgomery, maybe some of these guys, a Will Gordon or Davis Thompson, or some of these guys out there that could need a little bit of a jump start on the PGA Tour, and it's going to happen.
Yep. So it's gonna be fun to watch. I love watching the team events. Even these. I know that you hate the Zurich Classic.
Check.
Let's take a quick break and we'll come back. We'll get into the odds before we get into our picks. This is From the Rough on FanStream Sports. We'll be right back.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hey, everybody. IndyCarTim here. I want to tell you about our friends over at Turf Life. Turf Life is the brand that salutes the consumer and the industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. It addresses the games we play and the jobs we do. Turf Life showcases sports, business, education, and our enjoyment of the outdoors. Head over to turflifeclub.com, become a turf head, and join the club today. Snag your window decal or other special Turf Life accessories over at turflifeclub.com, and I'll see you there. Thank you, Turf Life.
Hey there, it's Colby Sepp. I'm here to talk to you about the Highlands Performance Golf Center, North Dallas's premier golf practicing facility. Practicing? If you're practicing, you're going to need some things like, a premier golf practice facility. So what goes into a premier golf practice facility? It's 65 plus. That means more than 65 grass tees, 2 practice putting surfaces, a short game area, an indoor putting studio, and an 18-hole mini golf course. But wait, there's more. You can also take advantage of their PGA teaching pros. Get your golf game the level up that you so desperately need. What if it's raining? That's a good question, Tito. Well, they've got covered tees, Tito. Also, if it's cold, they've got heated tees, Tito. So take your game or your Tito out to Highlands Performance Golf Center. And if you need internets, well, highlandspgc.com. Go there, get your golf game right by going to the Highlands Performance Golf Center. See you later, Tito. And also you too. Or if you're sitting with Tito. Horrible dismount. It's a commercial. End.
And hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there. Hello, golf friends. It's IndyCarTim from the Rough. I want to take just a minute here and tell you about our new friends over at Orca Golf. They make high-quality PGA Tour grade golf bags, and they're the best in the business. They're the real deal. They're the best bags I've ever seen. They even designed a bag for the Golden Bear himself, Jack Nicklaus. Head over to orca-golf.com and pick up a great bag from their catalog, or let them customize one just for you. You can use your own custom colors, your own logo, you name it. You work with actual designers, and nothing goes out without the approval of founder Erica Bennett. She's just brilliant. Visit orca-golf.com. That's orca-golf.com, and use our promo code DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. Do it today. Orca Golf, best choice in game. Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That is Johnny the Gerb Man Gerber. We're live from the FanStream Sports Studios in Dallas, Texas. Having fun here talking about the Zurich Classic coming up this weekend. The tournament that apparently Johnny hates, but I like it.
It's a love-hate. How about that?
You make so much money on this tournament with your picks.
I do. But don't jinx me now. I do. We've been successful the last couple of years for sure. It's just, sometimes it's a hard watch, right? I mean, is this just me being singular and selfish?
Yeah, it is big time.
Well, why didn't selfish. Well, you could just say yes. You could just say yes and then move on. You didn't have to elaborate and just build talk about my character.
So much singular, so much selfish. All of the above.
Well, you know better than that, so we'll just go ahead and move on.
This portion of the show brought to you by Turf Life. It's not just a game, it's a way of life. Turf Life is the brand that salutes the consumer and the industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. Head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. Snag your window decal or other special Turf Life accessories at turflifeclub.com. And I will see you over there. Thank you, Turf Life. Got me a nice little hat here, too. Maybe
it looks good.
We're going to be selling these pretty soon?
Military, we sell them now. The military greens looks great. And if you want one of these hats, or if you like, listen to what we're talking on the show, and if you just want to tell Tim to go to hell, you can definitely text us on our new text line. Tell them about our new text line, Tim.
214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 to our brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. It's monitored during our live shows, but it's available 24/7, even if you're listening to the recorded shows on your favorite podcast app or the FanStream Sports app. You can just text us when you're listening to the show. God, that was a terrible point. I hate that you said that, idiot. And we'll see it eventually, and we'll reply to you, and we may even bring you up on the next live show that we're doing. So utilize our brand new text line, 214-937-0569. We would love to hear from you about literally anything. But right now, we'd like to hear from you about golf, as we're going to get into the odds, Johnny, for the field and the Zurich Classic. Zurich Classic. These odds provided by Caesar Sportsbook. We talked about Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay, the defending champions. They are your odds-on favorites at 3-1. Like you said, not going to make any money there, I don't think.
No value.
You've got, and this one kind of surprised me, a couple of California kids here, second on the odds, Colin Morikawa and Max Homa. The first time they've ever been teamed up with each other. They're both inside the top 15 of the official world golf rankings. We've talked about Max Homa and his lack of, I guess, success outside of the West Coast on, especially around the Florida swing, because you said he can't play on Bermuda grass, right?
Morikawa is not too much different, right? I mean,
Right.
he's pretty much the same way. He gets all his hay out there in California. And, they just don't putt well on these Bermuda greens. And if you're looking at really Bermuda, these are real Bermuda. I mean, they're the grainiest greens on the PGA Tour. I mean, obviously they're smooth. They're going to run 12, 13s, but they're still grainy greens. And these guys don't play well on this type of golf. And if the wind blows, I mean, we talk about all the time. Morikawa can't play golf in the wind. He just doesn't have the success, and he spins the ball a little bit too much than what I like when it comes to that. His golf swing's getting a little bit better, but when it starts to get windy, and you look at a golf course like this, that's long and soft. I mean, he's not the longest guy on the PGA Tour, man. And no, Homa hits it a little bit farther, but they're maybe going to be struggle. They're going to struggle a little bit. Maybe in this best ball format with getting that length and having some of these guys that maybe have irons in these par fives where these guys are going to have head cover, Right. So, it's going to be a little bit different. Now, I mean, how, and then you move into the alternate shot part of it. I mean, how well do they really know their games, each other's games? Not really. I mean, again, Homa is a Titleist guy, and
Morikawa.
This is how much I dislike the guy, because when I say Morikawa, all I think about is his wife.
His wife, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, but their games are. I'm not so sure their games are really that similar when it comes to that. But we'll see. First time these guys are playing this event. I'm not really sure why they're playing, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't know why they're playing.
Well, Homa probably needs to get some reps in.
Well, a little bit
he's not playing well.
Well, a little bit too, maybe, is kind of the same scenario that Cantlay and Schauffele has. Listen, they're going to take a couple of weeks off, right? So if they're not really in contention, they're going to get reps. They can rely on their partner in the tournament, right? So that might be something that they're really getting to, because they're probably not going to play. They might play Wells Fargo, but they're not playing next week in Mexico. Probably won't play Byron Nelson. So it's probably a little scheduling thing. Maybe they just want to go there and have fun. And again, maybe want to take their wives down there. It's going to be a big wives fiesta down there also. So, it's hard to say, but that pairing, I don't like at all.
Just to illustrate your point, Max Homa missed his first cut in 15 starts last week at Harbortown. And then Morikawa teamed up with Victor Hovland last year and could only get to T29. So, like you said, this seems like an awful high odds for these two guys paired together. And for
can't make any money either. I mean, it's
no,
just not.
Yeah, you're not going to do that. Sung J M and Keith Mitchell, who you may see on somebody's card this week, 11-1. To me, they're kind of in when you look at them, especially being teamed up. These guys didn't get to pick each other, right? Like these guys get together and go, "Hey, man, let's play together," right?
They pick each other, yeah.
It just seems like an odd pairing to me, other than I guess they're buddies. Maybe they just want to play together. How much of this is guys, and it's probably, I don't know, it's probably different for everybody, but how much of this, Johnny, is guys, as far as guys just wanting to play with their buddy, and then how much of it is guys like, man, I think me and you, I think our games complement each other. I'm really good off the tee. You're really good on approach shots. We can both putt. I think we can win this thing if we pair up. We may not like each other very well, but I think we can win this. How much of it is that?
A little bit, that's a great point. You say that. It's a little combination of everything. Some of these higher tier guys, Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay weren't grinding real hard last year to win this golf tournament. They were just in great form. A little bit the same, it's just a week. Hey, man, we play well. That's great. There's not a whole lot of grind here. I mean, we want to win a PGA Tour, man. Obviously the money's good and what comes along with it, but they've already hit that plateau of what they can really do. So, if they finish T20th for Cantlay and Schauffele, it doesn't hurt them regardless. Right. But you look at some of these other guys and you think Keith Mitchell and Sung J M is a weird pairing, but I look at kind of inside, looking out is I think it's a great pairing for them. I think Keith Mitchell, Cashmere Keith is what we call him, man. So he's just so laid back and so chill. He's hopefully he's not wearing any cashmere this week because it's going to be hot as Hades. But you're looking at a guy that like Sung J M that's never going to be out of a hole, and then you get to a guy like Keith Mitchell. He's one of the longest hitters on the PGA Tour, and he likes to kind of go for broke when he doesn't really have anything to play for and can make a hell of a lot of birdies. So they talk about that stuff, and then it gives a lot of. Here's what I say about this tournament that I like. The one thing that I really do like about this event, it gives a lot of opportunities for the younger players and maybe some of the guys that you've never heard of and some of the cool pairings, and you're going to get some backstories and things like that. Maybe there's probably 25% of the field that are not even PGA Tour members.
Right.
So it just, it allows a guy like, Matthew Fitzpatrick to invite his brother who has no status anywhere. He's a good player, has no status, but if he wins this golf tournament, he's a PGA Tour member. If they win, and he gets to play in the Masters. So some of that favoritism is great. I like to see some of that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff there, but some of the higher tier guys, a little bit is, hey man, let's just go have a fun week, bring our wives, play some golf, hang out. And there's other guys that they want to grind the eyeballs off of it. I mean, look at maybe like a Sahith Theegala that like he's never won on the tour. If he wins this week, man, he's a PGA Tour winner. And that, still like counts. I said,
yeah.
This was the launching pad for Cam Smith. So maybe it's another launching pad for another guy like Segala or maybe a Taylor Montgomery or somebody else, or Will Gordon or Davis Thompson, some of these younger guys that are ultra talented. It takes maybe all the pressures off of them a little bit because they can rely on someone else.
Word in the clubhouse is that Mitchell's been hounding at Sung J M to team up the last few years. So maybe he bribed him, or maybe Sung J M just was like, you know what? Yeah, let's just do this. Let's have some fun with it. But whatever the case, they're at 11-1.
Love them.
Third best odds here. Next, we get to the Kim brothers, Siwoo Kim, and they're not really brothers, but Siwoo Kim and Tom Kim, or maybe they are. I don't know. 14-1. Do they even know? They could be brothers. They don't even know it, right?
That's a little racist, but you go ahead.
It's not racist.
It is.
I love the Kims. I love the Kim and the Tims and the Kims. So of course these two were together during Tom Kim's coming out party at the 2022 President's Cup. And I don't know how their games complement each other or if they're going to play well together. I really don't know. They're 14-1, fourth best odds. So somebody thinks that they're going to play well together. I know that right now, both of them play pretty well from tee to green, but I feel like both of them also are sort of lacking in the putting department the last year or so. So I don't know how that's going to work out for them. What do you think?
Yeah, it's I think it's one of those pairings, like you said. I think they looked at it, they got comfortable, they had some success in the President's Cup, so I think they'll carry on. I mean, you could probably put Tom Kim with anybody there because he's such a jovial guy, likable guy, lives here in Dallas, so you could probably put him with anyone. But I think if you look at that success that they had in the President's Cup, and you're looking at guys that maybe want to win, right? They want to, they have that grind and want to win. I'm pretty sure they haven't played in that heat before down there in New Orleans. Right. So that could potentially be a factor. So, I don't have them on our card this week, but that'll be a fun pairing to watch.
At 18-1, Sam Burns and Billy Horschel. Now, honestly, I don't know what to make of this pairing. I know Billy Horschel is one of the guys on your list, but you like Sam Burns, right?
Yeah, I love Sam Burns. Is great. We have a lot of mutual friends with Sam Burns. His caddy is a buddy of mine, Travis Perkins. Great dude. Listen, Billy's not getting off this damn list anytime soon. I mean, he's not. And he's not proven anything to me to get off that list. So, listen, this is a deal with Sam Burns. He wanted to support the event just because he's a Louisiana guy. So that was more so than anything else, I think, in my opinion. And they played together the last couple of years. So that's a pairing that they just want to play. I don't think Billy's in really good form. I think they finish middle in the pack. If Billy kind of rattles off a few things, they might look good at the beginning. But I just don't think Billy's in good enough form. And I think Sam's got a little fatigue going on. So, who knows with that? I think it's more of a Sam plan to support the event because it's in Louisiana. Sure.
And I know they played. This will be their third straight appearance together here. I think maybe at this point, like Sam's, like you said, he wants to support the event. It's a home state event. He's kind of looking around. Is there anybody else I can get other than Billy Horschel? And he's looking around. He's like, it's probably easier just to go with Billy again. Let's just roll with it, Billy, and we'll see how it works out.
Well, it's funny you say that. This could be the last year. I mean, how if you're going to spend that time, how many times you're going to do with Billy Horschel, right?
Right.
He's playing well. A LSU Tiger and a Florida Gator, they don't mix real well. So.
No, not real well. And, the way Billy's hitting the ball, he's going to be the weak point, surely, of that team. And, if Sam Burns can carry it, they could finish well. But, I don't know. Last year, they shot rounds of, where was it, 62, 68, 63, 68. 27 under par, I think that comes out to. But it wasn't good enough to raise the trophy.
Finish? What did that finish? What did that finish? Did you?
I don't know. 27 under. I don't know where that finished. I don't know.
I mean, it was
where Cantlay and Schauffele
maybe top 10, maybe top 10. I mean, they didn't scare the leaderboard, right? No. They didn't scare the lead. You can't shoot 68 alternate shot. I mean, those guys that jumped up in that lead probably shot 65 in alternate shot, which is incredible. Yeah. And that's where you kind of got to make your hay in this event. I mean, all these guys are going to make birdies in best ball, but you really got to lap the field and you got to perform well when it's alternate shot and those 2 days, and that's where you're gonna win the event.
22-1. We've got a trio of teams here: Kurt Kitayama and Taylor Montgomery at 22-1, Sahith Theegala and Justin Suh at 22-1, and Wyndham Clark and Bo Hostler at 22-1. What's your opinion of any one of these teams here?
I think two of those three teams has an opportunity to win. We have them on our card, and we'll talk about that here in a bit. But you're looking at like Kitayama. Yeah, he had a great win at Arnold's place at the API, which is great. But Taylor Montgomery is still looking for that win, that proverbial win. And if you look at his track record, how he works, he always plays well the first couple of rounds and kind of whatever it is, he's not comfortable in the moment to bring home the tournament. Maybe this is that event that he can lean on a guy like Kitayama that was in that winner's circle, only a few months ago, that he can rely on to really kind of push him over there. So I really liked him this week. Theegala, I mean, I like him personally. I like him, but I don't like Justin Suh playing this type of deal. He's a California dude. He hasn't really got a lot of starts out there. Like he's kind of that marginal player. So I don't really like him paired up with him, and I don't think he can hit it far for this golf course. They'll do well probably in the best ball because Theegala hits it so far, but I think they're going to struggle when it comes to alternate shot. And who was our last one you talked about?
Clark and Hostler.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Me too.
They're going to be one of our pick. I mean, looking at two guys that bomb it, and this is a flat golf course. I mean, it's long, it's flat. There's water, but there's not really a lot of out of bounds. So these guys are going to be hitting it and getting it, man. And these two guys combined. Write that down. Hitting it and getting it.
I need that on a T-shirt.
I know, hitting it and getting it. We got to trademark that as everything else we got trademarked.
Yeah, we got 100 things we need to trademark.
Yeah.
So there is one thing that's on this golf course that I think should be included on every single golf course in the world. I don't care where it's located.
Alligators.
How do I know? Got to watch out for the gators.
That's a hazard. That is.
It is a hazard, man. Those things will get you.
Man, I'm not scared of gators. I told you I'm too scared of two things. Gators ain't one of them. But I'm not scared of those gators.
I don't know what the other two things are. We won't talk about that in front of Nancy.
Appreciate it.
28-1. The brothers, Matt and Alex Fitzpatrick. Of course, Matt coming off his win at Harbor Town. Don't know anything at all about Alex Fitzpatrick. I'll be real honest. What do we say? This was just his second PGA Tour event.
Yeah, he was. He just got out of college. He got a little status on the Challenge Tour in Europe. He played at Wake Forest. So listen, the guy's a good player. He just. Those starts, he's going to continue to get better as a pro. Like I said, this is more of a good gesture for Matthew Fitzpatrick more than anything else. And if you look at it, if they finish, top 10, I mean, the kid's going to make. I'm not saying they need money, but he's going to get some points, right? So he's going to get some FedEx Cup points. He's going to get some money to hopefully his brother's taking care of his travels and his journey on the PGA Tour. But it's still kind of on your own. So, I want them to have a good performance, and it's great. And listen, the kid's a good player. He just needs some experience, and maybe this is the week that he gets that experience playing with his brother and really seeing how it works. But like I said, they'll make the cut, but they won't contend.
And then we've got 5 teams at 33-1. JJ Spawn, Hayden Buckley, Nick Taylor, Adam Hadwin, Harris English and Tom Hoagie, Joel Damon and Denny McCarthy. And of course, I know you like these guys, Davis Riley and Nick Hardy, all at 33-1.
Yeah.
So,
a lot.
And we'll hear at least one of those teams on our picks. Our picks are coming up next. We're going to take another quick break, and we will get into my picks and Johnny's picks to wrap things up here on From the Rough. We are From the Rough here on FanStream Sports. We'll be back.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Hey, everybody. IndyCarTim here. I want to tell you about our friends over at Turf Life. Turf Life is the brand that salutes the consumer and the industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. It addresses the games we play and the jobs we do. Turf Life showcases sports, business, education, and our enjoyment of the outdoors. Head over to turflifeclub.com, become a turf head, and join the club today. Snag your window decal or other special Turf Life accessories over at turflifeclub.com, and I'll see you there. Thank you, Turf Life.
Hey there, it's Colby Sapp. I'm here to talk to you about the Highlands Performance Golf Center, North Dallas's premier golf practicing facility. Practicing? If you're practicing, you're going to need some things, like, a premier golf practice facility. So what goes into a premier golf practice facility? It's 65 plus. That means more than 65 grass tees, 2 practice putting surfaces, a short game area, an indoor putting studio, and an 18-hole mini golf course. But wait, there's more. You can also take advantage of their PGA teaching pros. Get your golf game the level up that you so desperately need. What if it's raining? That's a good question, Tito. Well, they've got covered tees, Tito. Also, if it's cold, they've got heated tees, Tito. So take your game or your Tito out to Highlands Performance Golf Center. And if you need internets, well, highlandspgc.com. Go there, get your golf game right by going to the Highlands Performance Golf Center. See you later, Tito. And also you too. Or if you're sitting with Tito, horrible dismount. It's a commercial. End.
And hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there. Hello, golf friends. It's IndyCarTim from the Rough. I want to take just a minute here and tell you about our new friends over at Orca Golf. They make high-quality PGA Tour-grade golf bags, and they're the best in the business. They're the real deal. They're the best bags I've ever seen. They even designed a bag for the Golden Bear himself, Jack Nicklaus. Head over to orca-golf.com and pick up a great bag from their catalog, or let them customize one just for you. You can use your own custom colors, your own logo, you name it. You work with actual designers, and nothing goes out without the approval of founder Erica Bennett. She's just brilliant. Visit orca-golf.com. That's orca-golf.com, and use our promo code DSP10 for 10% off and free shipping. Do it today. Orca Golf, best choice in game. Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to From the Rough on FanStream Sports. Wrapping things up here on a Wednesday. I'm IndyCarTim. That is Johnny Gerber. We are previewing the Zurich Classic down there in sunny, humid, and alligator-ridden southern Louisiana, my home.
Hermit. Definitely Hermit.
And listening to that Golf Central Magazine spot, by the way, you guys go check out Golf Central Magazine. The newest April issue is out now. You can check it out for free at golfcentralmag.com. It's occurred to me that we're missing a huge opportunity here with Golf Central Magazine, as one of their regular features is the Golf Bachelorette of the Month. And I kind of feel like as part of our sponsorship deal, part of our partnership with them, we need to talk to the greatness of Terry Purdom about this. Why am I not getting to meet the Golf Bachelorette of the Month every month? That should be part of our contract. Like, that should be part of their obligation. You know, Miss America has things that they have to do every year as part of Miss America. They got to do interviews. They got to go visit places and stuff. I feel like the Golf Bachelorette of the Month should have to at least go out with me one time every month.
You know, so I'd like to continue our partnership with them. I really would. I would. It's been a great partnership so far. And the reason it's been that way, because you haven't met them yet. So I'd like to continue to do this.
But I'm about to.
And have a long-lasting future with them. So that being said, did this answer your question?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
The relationship will continue if you don't even go to Orlando. So
think how much sweeter it would be if I could have another relationship with some of those intelligent, beautiful, independent women.
Okay. So, well, first off, that's for next show. And Nancy Gerber is watching. So please, I'm being
as respectful as I can.
Well, that's next show. I
call them intelligent, beautiful, and independent. What else can I say?
Nothing. Just don't even mention it. That's the best thing for you to say, because it's been really good so far. So listen, how many times do you have to mess up?
You know what? Starting in May, we're going to have a regular feature here on From the Rough. It'll probably be somewhere in the middle of the month. It'll just be one show a month. We're going to do a feature of the Golf Central Magazine Bachelorette of the Month.
That's fair.
We will feature her. We'll post pictures here that the same pictures they posted in the magazine right here on the videos. If you're listening to the recorded podcast, my apologies. You'll have to go check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch to see the pictures. But then to end the show, I'm going to call her on the phone. We're going to have a conversation live on the air.
Well, the first show.
Well, maybe not that part.
Well, the first part you do at that show, that'll be our last show. So please don't call her on the phone.
Without, like, unannounced, we're just going to randomly call them and go, hey, how you doing?
I'm not so sure what you feel is inappropriate, but I feel that's inappropriate.
That's not inappropriate. This is America 2023.
Yeah, well, we have
Come
our perceptions of what inappropriate is, I guess.
I'll get permission from Terry first. It'll all be on the up and up.
Oh, no. The problem there is she'll be on your side.
I know.
Well, I don't need that. I can't deal with both of
is.
y'all at the same time. I only get one of y'all. I can only deal with one of y'all at the same time.
We're gonna have some fun when we're all in Orlando together. I can guarantee you that.
They're not letting you in Orlando.
No, they'll let me in. They'll let me in Tampa. I will dominate Orlando and Tampa. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
It's gonna be high school for me all over again.
Okay.
Let's get into our picks, Johnny. We're running short on time because I went on a rant right there. Real quick, I'll run through my picks because my picks don't mean anything. My winning team I have is Schauffele and Cantlay. I expect them to repeat. My top 10 is Wyndham Clark and Bo Hostler. My top 20, Thornborn Olesen and Nikolai Hogard. I like all three of those teams quite a bit, and I may have missed where they're going to finish, but I think all of them will at least be in the top 20. So we'll go from there. Johnny's Picks is always brought to you by Golf Central Magazine. Head over to golfcentralmag.com. I feel like we just did a huge read for them just now. Head over to golfcentralmag.com. Find the latest issue, which is the April issue. It's not just a golf magazine. It's kind of a lifestyle, philanthropy, travel type magazine. Go check it out for free at golfcentralmag.com. Johnny, tell us about your card quickly.
Yeah, it's going to be one of these things that, like I said, I don't really like this event, but it's been really prosperous for us in terms of the gaming part. But here's where I'm at. I'm going to go. My first pick this week is going to be Sung J M and Keith Mitchell. I like the way their game is performed. They're 11-1 together. Keith Mitchell, maybe this is his deal to where he just, feels comfortable with him. This music is killing me, but I'll try to go as fast as I can.
Oh, I got other music. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, this is perfect. I'll be asleep after this read. So I like them 11-1, man. They're just complimentary ball strikers, and maybe that's the pressure Keith needs to take off him. Second pick this week, Kurt Kitayama, KK Dukes. We're going to start calling him KK Dukes.
Yes.
KK Dukes. And Taylor Montgomery at 18-1. I really like the complimentary. A little off the cuff with Kurt Kitayama. He already won, like we talked about before, at API. Maybe this is the pressure that Taylor Montgomery needs to really open up his game and get this win. So I like him at 18-1. Same way I feel with Wyndham Clark and Bo Hostler. Big ball strikers, big long hitters, guys that kind of need to win. And it's a great opportunity to maybe branch off their career. So I like them in this third spot. And our ham sandwich pick, Davis Thompson and Will Flash Gordon.
Yes.
50-1. This is what we got in our ham sandwich. Up-and-coming stars on the PGA Tour, guys. You're going to see these guys for a long, long time on the PGA Tour. And what better way to start their PGA Tour career is get a win in this type of event. They can lean on each other. They played a lot together against each other in college. Will Gordon going to Vanderbilt, Davis Thompson going to Georgia. So, hey, listen, they know each other's games well. Two top 10s picked this week, as always. Thornbjorn Orson, the Thunder Bears, what they call him, a little wee guy, kind of like Timm, but hits the ball a long way, and he's playing with Nikolai Hogard at plus 280. This is a great opportunity for these two guys to jump up, get some FedEx Cup points, and maybe potentially get their PGA Tour membership with the kind of transformation that the DP World Tour is going on. So your points that you earn there and the points you earn the DP World Tour is going to be combined. Great opportunity for these two guys to get some points to be maybe potentially a full-time member on the PGA Tour, whether it's this year or next year. Second pick on the top 10s, Ryan Palmer and Scott Piercy, plus 550. Old veterans out there. Ryan Palmer has never finished out of the top 10 in this match, in this team event. And Scott Piercy hits the ball a long way. So I think the consistency with Ryan Palmer, along with the kind of weirdness, I'm going to say weirdness, of Scott Piercy and how far he hits it, I think it's a good combination. I like him to finish in the top 10 at plus 550. Two top 20s, friend of the show, Davis Riley and Nick Hardy, the law firm of Riley and Hardy. We're going to jump in that top 20 pick. I think it's a really good opportunity for these guys to jumpstart their career, keep things going for them, let them build some momentum at plus 130. And Brendan Todd and Patton Kazire, plus 150 to jump in that top 20 spot. I think these guys are both playing well. It's a great opportunity for them to jump in that top 20.
So make sure you guys follow along Johnny's picks. We talk about him here on the show every Wednesday. We will recap them on Monday on our tournament recap show. Also, you can find all of his picks every Wednesday on our social media channels. He is at J Gerber PGA Pro on Twitter. I am at IndyCarTim. The show is at From the Rough PGA, as well as you can go find us on Facebook and Instagram as well. We've got all the picks for you. We get them in for you early so you can have time to go make your bets. These are actual bets that Johnny makes and that I make. They're not just, he's not some dude on TV telling you what to go do and then he doesn't do it. He makes all these picks himself. He has a system. You can't win if you don't follow the system. Sometimes when you win, you win.
Sometimes when you score, you still score.
And that's going to do it for us here from the Rough on FanStream Sports. We appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. All of our sponsors that made this possible. And we will be back, like I said, on Monday with the recap show. Till then, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight. Today's episode is brought to you by the Highlands Performance Golf Center, North Dallas's premier golf practice facility with over 65 grass tees, 2